You know, if it's in the best interest for your child to change his name because when you had your child, you gave them the last name.
Fokker?
Fokker, because you thought it was cute and funny, and that's no one's last name, and now you want to change it, you can, right? So if you have a good reason for changing them, or, you know, the child's father's parental rights were terminated for some reason, that's a good reason to change the child's last name. Or you want to change the child's last name because they were adopted into a family, and it's that reason that you want to change their last name. You just give a good reason. That paperwork is also available online if you think you can handle it. My area of expertise, or why you hire me, is because your issues are more complex than that, or because getting through all that paperwork and making sure you followed the law and that you're pushing the court along to get things done, that's my expertise, right? I'm not as useful for, you know, a very simple divorce if you are an incredibly, you know, savvy person that can handle this paperwork. I do even handle uncontested divorces. We charge a flat fee for it. And we literally, one person came to me today. I'm going to do a flat fee for their uncontested divorce because she and her spouse agree on everything. And her appointment for that settlement conference is next Wednesday. And all of her paperwork is going to be done in one day.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's a service that you want, even when you're uncontested, that's where I come in. That's where I become just it becomes valuable to utilize my services, because then I e-file it. You leave with copies of all of your paperwork. We have notaries here and we get it done, including the documents that I sent off to the judge to request a final judgment, right? So that we behind you.
And there are many times that we will get a client that they have a hearing the day after tomorrow, mm-hmm. and we're able to get it out of we're able to get everything out the door and them up to date to move forward with their cases.
Yeah, we've helped people, you know, and we also, again, we flat fee our services. We've recently rolled that out, and it's helpful for people. It isn't uncommon for us to be hired for, you know, just the mediation, right? They want to, and maybe their mediation is scheduled, and they're concerned or fearful about having to be confronting their spouse, soon to be ex-spouse, mm-hmm. or significant other, if it's a paternity action, usually you're not still in a relationship when you're doing it, but it could happen. And that they got an attorney, and you're concerned that they're going to bully you, or that it might not go well, or you're fearful of if you're making the right decision. Remember, you can make any decision you want, or you feel pressured by your ex. That's where we become valuable. So we will allow someone to flat fee for the exclusive purpose of going to mediation. And then at the end of mediation, whatever happened in mediation, an agreement or a non-agreement, you and I can sit down and have a conversation. What's the next step? What's the cost? What can I expect? What are my options? And do you have the capability or money to hire me? Do you want to? Or do you think that you should just take it to trial and not have an attorney for trial, right? So we try to make sure that we are accessible to even people who maybe can't afford the full option of representation. And I understand that. I have very humble beginnings. I don't judge it. I respect it. I offer payment plans because I feel like access only to someone who has, you know, the ability to come up with the sum of money that maybe they don't have. I don't stand for that. I'm not here for it, which is why it's always, I'm going to always offer. I think it's important, and we try really hard to make sure that justice is accessible, right? Because sometimes if you're doing it on your own, or you have a certain set of circumstances, it's hard to move it through, right? The judges don't get on the phone and talk to you. Nobody tells you how to make sure it gets done. They don't look at their dockets. They have too many cases. This isn't a judgment. It's when you have 4,000 to 5,000 cases, how can you read every time someone files a motion? That wouldn't be sensible.
No, it wouldn't.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.